Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I am back in the basement on another Friday night, coming to you guys with lots of transfer deadline day news and non-news and signings and departures and all sorts of things like that. I'm really looking forward to joining you guys and getting my energy up because it's been a hell of a day. Good buddy of mine, I like to kick a shout out to a good buddy of mine, Mr. Mike Singerman. Screw you. Kept Mark and I out until 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's a shot of us last night at about, 2:30 or at the second bar. This is Mike Singerman playing some pool. He's got that Leeds top knot going on circa 2 seasons ago. But big up to you, Mike. He's a longtime Stoop supporter. He's one of the only Stoop guys that I know that actually owns 2 hats. He owns this one and he owns the gray one as well. So I'm itching to get a little hair of the dog to get this hangover over. Happy Friday, everybody.
There you
John,
go.
Drinking freedom, straight up freedom.
I wasn't out with you last night, so I'm raring to go.
All right. Now that we got that down, what's up, everybody, in the comments section? I know we had Anders, we had Jimmy, we had Director John via Martine, all sorts of people in the comments section already early on in the day. Bono, good to see you as well. Who else? Saul, good to see you. Talking about Huddersfield for some reason. Good to see everybody in the comments section already. We got a good show lined up for you. We've got some of our regulars back who were taking a little time off for some reason. But I'm very excited for a number of reasons. But before I get into that, let me go ahead and bring in my lovely co-host, Mr. Mark. Get in here, sir. How are you feeling, man? Do you even remember taking that photo?
I remember taking those photos. I remember actually much of the night, if not all of the night, but I have not been out that late since before the pandemic. I forgot what it's like, and I am sorely out of practice, but I gotta say, I don't miss being out that late. But it was a good time to be had. As Lolo had mentioned, this is a good buddy of ours, Mike Singerman. We have not seen him for close to, I want to say, over 3 years.
Yeah, it's been
he
like
moved
3
out
years.
to California and is completely changed and all for the good, man. It was amazing. He looks great.
Yeah, lots of fun. We got Ben Johnson in the house. Bandy, good to see you. Steve Denham, Danny Rumsey, good to see all of you all. Well, if you are just catching us now, Mark and I were out very late, but you know what? We're getting ourselves prepared because at the end of this month, in what, less than 30 days, we will be...
T-minus 26 days.
T-minus 26 days, the Stoop will be in England. We will be at the Emirates for the North London Derby on October 1st. And just confirmed yesterday... Another reason Mark and I were celebrating like crazy. Mark and I got our tickets for Leeds United Aston Villa at Ellen Road. We will be in the Hospitality Centenary Pavilion goal line. We will be there. We've got a bunch of tickets. So we're going to be trying to get some of our fellow Stoop crew members who are out in Leeds. If you want to join us, let us know if you're interested in getting one of these tickets from us. We have a few still left that can be snatched up of you guys. I already know Ben Ireland has claimed one. We're forcing Mr. Tom to get on a train from London to get one. Via Martine confirmed today he will also be claiming one of those tickets. Rhiannon says she already has access to them. James already has access to one. So it'll be me, Mark, Gary, Ben, Tom, via Martine, and it could be you. So let us know in the comments. Is Gary
coming with us?
Gary's coming with us, man.
That's
He's
fantastic.
down for everything. So we will be having a 3-course meal. We will be having free drinks. I mean, we're freaking paying for them. But, then we'll have,
that is a
as
very
Ben
loose
says,
term. Very loose term for this one.
Very loose term there. So if you guys want to join us out at Ellen Road on October 2nd for Leeds United, putting a hurting on Aston Villa, please God.
Oh, we hope so.
Please God. And to see Mark wearing his Admiral Leeds United kit. And we still haven't decided if I'm going to be wearing one or not, but I'll definitely be wearing white. We'll say that.
You're going to be wearing one.
So, Saul says, will we run him a GoFundMe for the flight cost? I have a feeling the flight from Australia will be a little bit more expensive than our flight. And so far, the flight has been one of the cheaper things.
Exactly.
If you guys...
he froze. So no, we are over the moon excited. We'll be flying out, I believe, September 28th. Where is he? He's somewhere.
I dropped out. This is
You're
terrible.
back. He's gone again.
Sorry,
but it's ridiculous how excited we were when Leeds tickets became a reality. It was absolutely just mind blowing. We're on the phone to each other. We're getting locked out. I'm trying to call the box office and at Ellen Road, and my man over here, he made it happen.
Yep.
So we are coming. We're coming to Leeds.
My internet cutting in and out. I don't.
I guess you paid so much money that you got lousy. You downgraded the internet.
He had to downgrade the internet service. He's actually doing like he pedals, but he's so hungover right now that he's just pedaling a little slower than normal. But enough of what you guys are gonna hear us talk about it for the next 20 some odd days. As we get closer and closer and more excited. And if anybody out there wants to help us with this, want to throw a few dollars our way to help cover it, we will gladly take it in any form whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Lolo, there we are. Hashtag free Lolo.
Hashtag free Lolo. Hashtag internet upgrade for real. No, I thought I got it all sorted out. We'll have to see what's going on with this. But good thing I have Mark to keep the show running and Director John in the background. And we also have two crazy Leeds
fans.
We have missed them the past couple of Fridays, so let's bring them both on at the same time. Ben Ireland and Mr. Tom. What's going on, fellas?
Good evening, guys. How are you?
What's going on?
Hello.
Are you guys as excited as we are? You guys are going to get to meet us in person. We're going to get to actually see how tall Ben is and if he can fight Rudiger or not.
I'm buzzing. I offered James Tarkowski out this week. So, yeah, because of his little run for the length of the pitch to try and attack Rasmus Christiansen when he was head-to-head with the little idiot. So, yeah. But, yeah, I offered him out friendly.
I like Rasmus, by the way. I like that he had that little thing. He's no slouch. He's a bit of a shit starter. I like him. He could play a bit better, but I think he'll get there. But I like that he's tough and mean. And,
I think he's Leeds. He's Leeds.
Yeah, he's definitely what if you're gonna have a shit starter, that's the kind that you want. One that will make you think twice. Before you step up to him.
And guys, before we keep going, I just wanted to give one other major shout out here for a longtime supporter of the channel, even though he supports the worst club you could possibly support. Rob G, happy birthday, my man. On your birthday, watching Happy Hour. So now, tell me, Rob,
fantastic.
Did Bex give you clearance to come with us to the Emirates? That's the big question. Was the birthday present tickets to the North London Derby? You're coming with us. Tell me, Rob. It has to be yes. You're here on your birthday. So come on. Give me the good news. What's up, BX Gunner? Good to see you as well.
Can I just ask Mr. Tom, is that Papa Shango in the cup?
No.
Unfortunately, it's not, but
it's
impressive.
It's It's not quite my era, but it's
pretty recent.
I can see him.
Can you put him a little closer for me?
No, because I can get this. I don't want anybody else to get it, but I can get this. It was.
We only have 2 hours, Mark.
I know, and it's probably going to take like.
Is it Kane?
Like a 2-hour timeline.
No.
I'm going to be like, it's him. Oh shit.
Has he got a mask on?
Guy with the makeup and.
It is a mask, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
It's
Go
Scott
ahead.
from ALTv, says Jimmy.
I give up.
I don't know who the hell that is. Chris Jericho.
It's the Babadook.
Looks like the Joker.
He's got a belt.
It's the Fiend.
The Fiend.
I'll tell you this though,
The
belt that comes with it doesn't actually fit around his belly because he's too fat for it. But
that's a great one from Scott. He says
on his shoulder.
Why would you call yourself the Fiend? That's just like wrong.
Yeah. Well, no, it's almost too clever because he's actually a children's entertainer with an evil alter ego. He's actually too clever for wrestling, really, to be fair.
very interesting.
Take your word for it, my brother.
Well, guys, should we talk a little bit of football? Right now, the transfer window has closed. It closed yesterday.
Danny Ramsey got it right.
Yesterday? Was that yesterday? Fuck, man. Mark, that night of drinking killed me. I have no brain cells left. I didn't have many to begin with, but it looks like Leeds United was in for a few different guys. Arsenal was in for a few different guys, and it looked like more people left than came to the club. You guys got rid of Dan James. What's up with that? What are your
I found
feelings on that?
So surprising.
I'm highly disappointed for him.
I just think it's just an absolute joke that we paid that money for him and we've had him for a year, which he didn't really do anything, and now he's gone. So,
yeah, but you guys didn't sell him. He's on loan, right?
Yeah, but it's the end for him, innit, really. He don't fit our system. To be honest with you, I don't mind Dan James, but I'm not really bothered that he's not here because he's got no end product. He's a trier, but
I'm bothered because of what it cost.
Yeah, that's what more the thing. It's 30
that was
million.
my point earlier. You know, when we were chatting about it earlier in the day, you know, it was that, you know, I had seen the first season of what's the Coming Home?
Oh yeah,
something
yeah.
Home.
It's Coming Home, yeah.
It's Coming Home with
Take Me Home. Was it Take Me Home?
Take Me Home with you know, starting with Bielsa's first year in the championship.
Yeah.
And just like the drama and that it's an entire episode about the Dan James signing, and he's there and he's signed all the other paperwork, and it's getting to that 11:30 hour, midnight hour, and it falls apart, and it's like literally they're taking the photos and everything, and
we were all waiting live,
and then a couple of years later they get him.
Guys,
and now he's gone. It just didn't make much sense to me, other than it just kind of told me that he was Bielsa's guy and not Marsh's guy.
Victor Orta was the one in the end that had a point to prove. Go on.
We paid for him as if we was in a race with 5 other clubs to buy him, and we wasn't for a start. Yeah. Right? Then we basically played him out of position all season, or for the last year, which I find really strange because he was a player in the one position on the pitch that we didn't actually lack any bodies in. So then they played, it was, are you going to play Harrison, Rafinha or Dan James? And they went, well, we'll put Dan James up front, which tells me you think he's 3 out of 3, third best out of the 3 wingers, which is also quite scary because you bought him as if you thought he was Ronaldo. And then
exactly.
you've basically then just gone first chance you got. Oh, do you fancy fucking off to Fulham? Which again, you didn't know if you had anyone coming in to replace him at the time that it happened.
with our chairman tweeting we've got a replacement, and then he pisses off to another club, and then I find it highly funny that he fails a medical. So
yeah. Is there an option buy for Fulham on Dan James?
I
And
don't
if so,
know.
do you guys know what it is?
I've not looked at the ins and outs of that deal yet, to be honest. I can't even remember the name of the guy we've just bought. The young.
Oh, you guys got
Italian kid.
Like
we got a new
Nolo,
Willie.
Noto or
Me?
But
I'm the young
Nolo
Italian
or
kid.
Noto, but it's like GNO.
For me, we've just signed an 18-year-old forward, and
Me.
It's probably going to be Noto.
is he a is he a first team forward? Because we bought Sonny Perkins. He's obviously been promised a path into the first team. We've got another Spanish kid in the under 23s banging goals in. So somebody's going to lose out here, and it's.
Yeah, that's it. Nonto.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Mr. Tom. If just real briefly, I thought it was Sting in your cup.
I do have Sting.
I know. I'm sure you do.
I like how he points backwards.
White
It's there in the box.
I got it back there.
You can, if you look really carefully, you can.
I've got the real Sting. He's tied up next to Mo Master.
But I think what you're saying about this Noto kid is that how can you guys be that enthusiastic when you're buying an 18-year-old who Marsh has already said isn't Premier League ready? Didn't he say something like that?
I don't think it's enthusiasm. It's more relief that we haven't lost a body. We've got rid of Dan James essentially, but then we've bought someone else in. So
it could have been Harrison, and we'd all be pissed off.
Yeah,
I would not have liked that move. There was when I was reading the rumors of Harrison being possibility of being shipped out. I was just like, why? He's actually doing much better under Marsh's system than he did with Bielsa, as far as I'm concerned. Now maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what I saw.
He's probably because he sees more of the ball now that Rafinha's not there.
Yeah, that's also true.
Possibly.
True.
I don't know.
All right. So moving on from Leeds United, Mark, you guys had some ins and outs going on, especially in the defensive area. You got rid of Willie Bally. You got rid of
Dendonker's
Connor
gone.
Cody, Dendonker. Did you replace them with anybody?
The only one that I would say that is being missed is when I talked about when I did the Wolves video after the Leeds match that we kind of lost our soul with sending our captain to Everton. I think that's the biggest loss. Bali doesn't bother me one bit because he was either injured or got very, very little playing time. And the only reason why he got playing time was when Kilman got hurt. And Dendonker, I didn't mind him. He is serviceable.
Can I just say about Connor Cody?
I just wasn't, go ahead, man.
Connor Cody is a strange one for me, and it makes me think that he wanted out. It just didn't make sense. I know he's a Scouser. He's gone to Everton, but they're not a better club. They're not a better team. It's a backwards transfer for me. And it just didn't make sense.
I think they're a more established Premier League team, though. That's the thing.
I think what it was for me. If I'm looking at the Wolves and I want to reward your service, Cody, he may not start, but he's definitely sits on the bench, and he apparently is a fantastic teammate on the English national team.
I think he's a good player,
and I think with what the organization said is that you're not going to play. This is, you don't do well in a back four. That's what Lodge wants to play with. You're more comfortable in a back three, and we're going to send you wherever you want to go, and we'll make sure that whoever picks you up is going to start you, and that you're going to be seen, by Southgate, and so that you can continue to be a member on the team. I think that's what they did.
I think Cody and Large butted heads, and I think Large thought it was a bit like Pontus Janssen.
Pontus Janssen, yeah, I was about to say.
I think them. I don't know as much about Wolves as you, but is it possible that he felt Connor Cody was getting a bit too big for his boots in terms of undermining his influence?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I honestly think that, you know, they even with Nuno, they tried a back four, and it didn't work because that's just not how Cody operates. He can't. That's just not what he does. He works in a back three, and he's excellent at it. And so I was very, 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 very sad to see him go. He was one of my favorite Wolves players, but the end result is, while we're not there yet, we're definitely not there yet. Obviously, we have yet to win a game. We're 5 games in. We've drawn 3. It does look like the same old Wolves. If you just look at the bottom line, if you look at the score,
similar to Leeds last season.
You're like, oh, this is the same old Wolves. But the fact of the matter is they're much more exciting.
Yeah, are you worried?
Because they're much more attacking. They're more on the front foot. They have more possession, and
are you worried?
They get their shots on. They get
their
shots.
We had exactly the same start last season as where you are at now.
It will get better. It will get better. There's just too
it
much
does
talent.
get harder.
I don't think Laj is a poor manager.
He's not won me over yet.
And I don't think the locker room is like, oh, you've lost players because nobody wanted to play for you. No, what was happening is you had players that were starters under Nuno, and they were no longer starters, and they were like, I want out. I don't want to play here if I'm not going to start. Then Donker was a starter under Nuno. Bali was a starter. Cody was a starter. Now they find themselves on the bench. Bali couldn't even get a sniff last season because either he was injured or just not in shape. I think if anybody didn't want to be there, it was Willy Bali, because he was named to the bench and he didn't even show. So get that head case out of there. I like our signings. I like that Mateus Nunes kid. I think he's phenomenal. And as soon as he gets his legs, because that was one of his things.
Are you happy?
You're constantly running in the league, in the Premier League.
Are you worried, Mark?
Am I worried? No.
Are you happy?
Absolutely no.
Are you happy you kept Hwang?
I would like to see him get his confidence back.
He looked a good player against Leeds when he had the ball.
He's a good player. He got injured last year. And I also
needs to find the net a bit.
I don't want to say this, but I think I don't see it with Son, because I think Son is very well respected in the league and he's obviously proven himself. Hwang has not proven himself, and I think he gets a little bit of the rough stuff on the pitch. He
looks a skillful player,
just
though.
like welcome to, and the refs are just like welcome to the league. But I think his confidence is shot. And I think he's taking the stick that he's getting from the fan base. I think he's taking it a little. His skin isn't quite thick enough. So we'll see. I wouldn't have cared if he left, provided we replaced him. But I like our signings. Obviously, Nathan Collins is wow. That's and we got him cheap. We got him for like 20. And I'm real excited about that.
That was a good buy.
That was Mateus Nunes were the best buys.
And getting 42 million for Gibbs White was great business.
Whoever negotiated
we pulled down Nottingham Forest's pants.
They've made 25
and
new
I think
signings.
the league is going to investigate us for some sort of financial unfair play.
Only ended up being 21 in the end.
Can I ask your guys' thoughts on? Do you think signing 21 new players is too many players?
Yes,
they had to though, because everyone
was on loan. Yeah. but that's
So
a
he
full
had seven
that's
first-team
that's a
players.
full squad
They
that's
had
got to
to.
learn your system.
Keep in mind, though, they didn't think they were going to get promoted. This time last season, they were bottom of the championship to stay in the championship.
Yeah, they
Getting
had a lot.
promoted wasn't actually. I'm not going to say
A lot of
I
loans.
don't want to go as far as to say it weren't part of the plan, because of course you want to get promoted, but they weren't ever really in a position where they thought it was going to happen until it happened.
Yeah. They only had 7 players, so they did have to sign people. And that list that John just popped up there, that doesn't even include the earlier signings that they did. There's no Jesse Lingard on there. There's I thought they signed Serge Aurier. Wait, not Serge Aurier.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
Serge
did.
Aurier.
Yeah, that was like a late signing for them.
To be fair, a guy grabbed me the other day, and I thought he was trying to sign me for Nottingham Forest. I was a bit afraid.
But here's the thing: is like how can they afford that? They've clearly spent nearly £200 million. How does a newly promoted side afford that?
When you go up, your 3 years of fair play starts from year one because you're in a new league. So they've got the TV money. They'll obviously have sponsorship revenue. They'll have earned, because they came up through the playoffs, they'll have earned a good 150 million. So, and now they've got 3 years where they can recuperate what they've spent. They'll probably not spend, if they survive, they'll probably do what Leeds did and not spend much next season, just to recuperate and balance it out.
Forest
also,
spent,
if they
spent
go
145
down,
million.
If they go down, they'll sell half of them because there'll be clauses and stuff.
Yeah, Lingard's only got 1 year.
Yeah,
Lingard's on a 1 year deal, isn't he? So
they'll recoup some of the money back. Obviously, they've got to have one eye on, if this does go tits up.
There'll be a massive fire sale.
They're going to have it earmarked which players they can get the most money from, and obviously that may change over the course of a year based on performance.
And a lot of them players will be championship. They'll have thought about going down and who they can keep out of them signings. Obviously Lingard won't be there because it'll be a year, but there'll be a clause in that where if they stay up, it might be 3 years or something.
What I'm pretty certain Wolves will block their number in case Forest phone back. Go, do you fancy giving us the 40 million back for Morgan Gibbs-White? Sorry, me no speak English. Sorry.
Yeah, Portuguese only, please. All right, well, let's
Portuguese,
move on.
please press 1. Portuguese,
please press 2. Before we move on, Mark, I wanted to discuss a little bit that you and I were talking about at the bar yesterday, where both of us came to the conclusion or the agreement that we both feel like Wolves are going to be okay this season. Yes, they're down there at the bottom right now. Yes, they've only scored 2 goals.
And you need 2 wins to shoot up the table.
Yeah, look at Man United.
You saw Manchester United. They lost. Exactly. They were in shambles, and now they're 5th place or something like that with 3 wins. The table, even Arsenal winning their first 5, we could lose the next 3 and be mid-table.
Sure.
Or maybe not mid-table, but
maybe not mid-table, but I see what you're saying, quickly. But I'm not worried.
A lot of teams are mid-table now.
One of the things that I mentioned last night was that I've read a interview with Laj, and he said, we're gonna need some time to gel, and I think that's true because unlike Arsenal, who bought before the preseason, we did a majority of our buying between week 1 and 2. So Laj thinks that hey, we need some time. Fan base needs to be patient. We're going to gel. But what I didn't like is that he said, by November, we should be strong. I don't want to wait till November.
Stop playing? In time to stop playing for the World Cup?
No. I'll give you till October. Listen,
with the likes of Nunes, Neto, Moutinho, Giancarlo Guedes, Podence, Neves, and Jimenez, that's a good front half of the pitch.
We're okay.
Once they start gelling, the goals are going to come.
We have to understand that Semedo, who did very, very well against Bournemouth, and
you don't concede a lot of goals, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. If we had only scored 2 in 5 weeks, but we conceded 7, I might have a different tune.
Have we got you in the cup? We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
How are they in the northern half?
I don't know how that works.
Because
so.
they're not southern.
Well, they are to me, very southern.
Oh, then they're northern to me.
All right.
To be fair, everyone above Watford is northern to me.
I'm gonna ask the question: which club had the best window? Which club had the best window?
It's potentially Nottingham Forest, depending on how it goes. It's not. It'll be Forest, depending on how which side of the coin falls.
I like Arsenal's business. I think Arsenal got some good players for good prices.
Yeah, but they're already top of the league. We're about to kiss their ass for that, aren't we? Just not for transfers as well.
No. I mean, there's something to be said about Arsenal because they did their business early, and those guys got in, and and yes, we're only really seeing Zinchenko and Jesus, but they've done something mentally with the club, and they've really pushed the younger players because our team was based on younger players. They've changed their mentality and told them, like, we will not, if we go down, fuck it, go get that goal back. And that's exactly what we've done this season. And yes, we haven't played anybody, blah, 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 blah. But it's a mentality shift. And these other players that we got, the Fabio Vieira and Marquinhos, they continually are on the bench. So they're in the plans. They're in the plans there. And now with all these injuries, we're going to start seeing those guys being put in there. And yes, Macronomical, Odegaard finally learned how to strike a football towards goal. Odegaard has been so good. So very good. And forget about his goals.
He's 400
every
million
single
for
pass.
Haaland.
I think the best signing was obviously Haaland, individual signing.
I think that's
where I'm going to go with
answer.
who won the.
Of course,
but who,
you know,
let me answer your question. Who do I think had the best transfer window? The way you got to judge that is, did you fill the holes? Did you solve the problems? And did you look ahead to where you may have problems? And yes, they have a shit ton of money, but they didn't really spend all that much. And I'm going to go with Manchester City because signing Haaland, they don't have to really change the way they play football. But now they're going to have a guy that yes, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Mahrez, they're all going to score goals.
But they lost out. They lost out on a left back. They didn't cover that. They sold Zinchenko thinking they were getting Cucurella, and they didn't cover it.
That's maybe one spot, but I mean, they have.
Don't get me wrong. I know
they have
it's
the next Zinchenko waiting. They turned João Cancelo into what he is because of Kyle Walker. You know, they made him switch sides, and now he's this incredibly different type of player. Pep can make that. And then he's also looking at, like, if I don't win the Champions League again, who cares if I win the league? That's all people are going to talk about. So he goes and gets Calvin Phillips. He gets Calvin Phillips, Julian Alvarez, so they could field a completely separate team that isn't as much.
He played about 6 minutes at Upton Park. And then I think he hurt his back picking up his wage packet. So.
Yeah, right. But they sold off players that have been hanging around and filling those gaps and just sort of raising their price tag. The Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, Zinchenko, and the like. I mean, they sold their fucking 6th backup keeper to. I forget which team he went to, but he went for like 12 million or something like that.
ADB.
Yeah. City actually they finished on the plus side.
I've been looking at Chelsea under 21 results.
They may have went after Haaland or whatever, but they balanced their books this season.
But listen, as somebody said in the comments, I think it was Rob G. I think Rob G said Haaland went for 55 million. How many players have gone for more than that? And is that
that's what Dortmund got paid. He did not go for 55 million. Then it would have been like whatever his wages are, whatever his signing on fee was, and whatever his agent got. I can assure you, it was a lot more than 55 million that went into Dortmund's bank account.
Right? Was it 100 million?
His agent will have
I-
got 20
You're
million.
looking.
I-
you're,
I
you're
have
Was
no
it
looking,
as
idea.
you're
was it
looking
as
at
much
what
as
I've-
fucking
I've
Wesley
read.
Fofana?
Yeah, I've read it's about
Is
400 million.
Fofana
in
really
total.
worth that? 21 years
Manchester,
old?
Manchester United pulled out on the Haaland deal the season before because his agent wanted 20 million.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to what Lolo said. I think that was the most outrageous transfer was Fofana for 80 million. But you know,
not
just
Casemiro?
to finish up with the with what team did a nice job in the transfer window. We had some people in the comments say Newcastle. Obviously, Arsenal had a great transfer window. I don't think Leeds had a terrible
Leicester did
window.
well.
I thought Leeds did quite well. But I think
Our
there is
window
a
was
team,
good. Our deadline day was shoddy.
if we take what Lolo had said, what that criteria is, did you fill the holes? I would have to say that Spurs had a very excellent window.
They
Love
did.
them, hate them, wherever you stand with them, they had a very, very good window, and they had a great winter window last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All this window talk is lovely, but can I just ask you a question? Do you think Scott Parker should have been sacked?
I don't know why he was sacked.
No.
I can tell you why he was sacked.
He
what he
opened
said,
his
right?
mouth.
The owner.
Yeah,
he
he
opened his
told-
mouth
he
and
told
said,
the
"What do you
truth in an
expect?
interview."
The ownership won't spend money. My hands are tied," and they did not like that. So they said, "Here's the
He
door."
indirectly implied that is potentially not going to be the only 9-0 drubbing they take this season.
Yep,
Is what he
absolutely.
basically said.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the owners were like, nope, no like that.
Yeah.
Give me Sean Dyche's phone number.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope I want to see him back on the sidelines.
I
again
can't
in the
Basically,
first
stand
year.
him.
who are they going to bring in that's better than Scott Parker? Not saying Scott Parker is the be all end all, but
That's why
he's
I don't
not
think
a
Rodgers
terrible
will get
manager.
sacked. That's
Sean
why I don't
Dyche's
think Rodgers
football
is getting
is
sacked. Because who
I
are
do-
Leicester going to get that's better than Brendan Rodgers?
Scott Parker.
Sean Dyche's style of football should be sent back into the Stone Age. I cannot stand his tactics. He's moaning, he's blaming it on everything but how shit Burnley were.
Everyone moans.
Not like that guy.
Everyone moans.
Not like that guy. I
come
can't
on.
stand him.
You got Marsh.
I
doing
actually think
this
the biggest
for,
moaner is Klopp.
I actually think if I offered him a fight on Twitter, he'd take it.
Who?
Klopp?
Dyche?
No, Sean
No,
Dyche.
Dyche
Yeah,
would
what the
turn
fuck
up.
else is he doing?
Oh.
Yeah, he ain't got much.
If we schedule
Yeah,
that
come
fight,
on,
make sure
dude.
while we're there, I want to witness that firsthand.
2nd of October, then Ellen Road.
Fuck, man.
Ben, I mean, the
yeah,
man eats worms.
I'm gonna
I mean,
have
are you
to
sure
agree
you
with-
want to
with-
take that?
You know,
I think Rodgers is gonna be next. But
I mean, he has to be. Leicester is so bad.
they're just
and everybody's making this 1-0 win by Manchester United. Oh, look at Casemiro. Casemiro owned the pitch. The fuck? It's Leicester City. They looked terrible.
yesterday. I didn't watch yesterday.
They looked. They couldn't do anything. Vardy couldn't do anything. Madison couldn't do anything. And it was good defending, but
I
it
think-
wasn't mind-blowing defending.
I've
We've
one
seen
thing to say about
Vardy
Leicester.
and Madison break those lines
relegation
before.
battle.
No,
I think-
I genuinely want to say this. I'd be interested to know what Tillmans is actually earning at Leicester for him to actually say, "No, I want to see out the end of this contract," rather than
I don't
go
think it
to an
was him.
Arsenal or
No,
whatever.
I think he's seen
I
it
don't
out,
think it
so
was
he's got
him.
the freedom of a big contract wherever he wants to be.
No, I get that. But what I mean is that they can't buy anyone because of financial fair play, because of what Leicester are paying their players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
something-
I think they're going to
So
struggle this season.
I haven't seen
Contracts
too
they
much
want to
this
see out.
season, but I definitely think we're finally seeing the decline of Jamie Vardy. I mean, shit,
Well, I
he
mean,
was
Jamie
old 2
Vardy's-
seasons ago.
Yeah,
and
but-
was very,
but-
very good.
But Jamie Vardy's production is the way Jamie Vardy gets done what he gets done is by having incredible service, by having the passes from Madison, Tielemans, Harvey Barnes, people like that, and him being able to play over the top. But the way they're playing right now, slowly moving up the pitch, he can't use his little burst of pace because all the defenders are already there. And I just need to address this one from Mo Master, who's still got the Real Madrid shine on Casemiro. You say Casemiro bossed the game in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I watched
the money
that.
he got for him.
Casemiro could have bossed the game the entire time, but I saw him make a clear mistake in the last, 10, 15 minutes of the game. Clear mistake that Leicester City, old Leicester City, last year, the year before Leicester City, goes back and scores that goal. Man United collapses. They score another goal in the 91st minute.
I agree,
2-1
Devin.
Leicester City. So that's the thing about a midfielder like him. You can boss the game, the whole game, but you make a mistake like that, it should be punished. And it wasn't. It was nothing to do with Manchester United. Leicester gave up that opportunity and just fucking. I think they took the foul instead of actually playing it forward. It was absolutely, not saying Casemiro did bad. He did fine. He did well, and he shows his vision. He had some incredible passes that actually had Bruno doing some shit. But to me, that one mistake was enough to get. That one mistake, if that happens on Sunday, Arsenal will make them pay for it. We will make them pay for it, that one mistake. So you could boss the game all you want.
Right.
But
do you think Leicester are the biggest losers of pandemic
I will
football?
stop talking about Man U.
Yeah.
You removed yourself.
Do you think genuine question? Do you think they're the biggest losers from pandemic football because they missed out on the Champions League because they lost one match, which they might obviously. I can't predict they would have won it, but if ever there was a football match that you would actually want to exert your home advantage in, it would be playing Man United. Was it Man United they played on the final day on one of the seasons recently?
Remember.
Where if they had even if they drew, they'd have got the 4th spot and they lost. And
didn't they end up finishing 6th?
Dropped like a stone.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think Leicester's the biggest loser of the transfer window. They didn't really sign anybody, and they lost some brilliant players.
What do you think of Everton's window? They got a couple on last day, didn't they? Is it Gay who they used to from Paris?
But they
and
I
the
thought
Man
they
United
did well
kid.
in the summer window, or not the summer window, but the winter window, and they still were nearly relegated. You know,
I think Everton have done enough to keep them.
Did they buy Gardner or something? Gardner from
they
Man
brought
U,
in. They brought in Idrissa Gueye, who's very. I like him a lot. And Neil Maupay, James Garner, wasn't he Maverick?
Yeah, but Neil Maupay is not a goal machine, is he?
He's a fox in the box type player.
He's a tie-up.
James Garner was Jim Rockford. That's who everyone should know who James Garner is, rather than Maverick.
I think the midfielder they got from PSG who rejoined.
Yeah, Idrissa Gueye or whatever he's called.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously, I'm assuming they bought him in for less than they sold him for.
But I'm a believer of the saying you should never go back. It's never the same. So,
yeah. But that's another thing. Who said it?
Maybe
Via
you
Martin.
should if you're going to get £100,000 a week, though.
Yeah, Everton's best bit of the window was keeping Gordon. Gordon looks to be a player. I thought he should have got sent off against Leeds.
No.
I thought he should have got sent off against
Leeds. Yeah, he
Leeds.
should have got sent off.
Do you see when the guy dropped his child to hug him? There's a clip going around the internet. Like, all Gordon goes into the crowd bits, and the guy leans over and he's holding his kid in his left arm, sort of thing. And as he goes he drops the kid over the hoarding. It's great. It's brilliant.
You'll have to send that to the group chat.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I didn't see that in that game.
It's one of these where you're like, wait, did he just drop his kid?
Michael Jackson moment.
Yeah, I think it. I've always kind of said on the show that it's like I think it's also equally important who you keep versus who you sign on, and I think Everton being able to keep Gordon definitely something to kind of push their
There's
cachet
no way they got
up
offered
a
60
little
million
bit.
for him.
Just like for Wolves, I'm very happy with all the rumors of Neves and Neto going around all summer long, and my web app blowing up from a certain Mr. Matt Kantak saying that Everton or that Arsenal's going to sign Neto, Arsenal's going to sign Neves, and all these things. Well, yet another season has gone by, and we still have them.
The poor guy.
I look at that as a win. If we aren't doing well come January, we might be singing a different tune.
The poor guy has to suffer
because
another year.
to be honest,
agents.
I don't want to see talent like that being wasted sitting mid-table or below mid-table. There he is, Mr. Lederhosen.
Who have Wolves got this weekend?
We have Southampton. So, but
Ooh, the Chelsea killers.
I don't know exactly what to expect.
What? We're the Chelsea killers.
Thank you.
Jesus! Chelsea's their own killer.
Well, I wish I could
before
say
we
it's
move on,
rarefied
though,
company, but
I would like to ask, like, which was the most impressive signing? Who got signed that is just doing it?
I
We
think
know
Tyler
Haaland is the
Adams
answer.
has gone about his business. I think
Who?
Tyler Adams is a fucking animal. He's amazing.
I think he's a little underrated. When I read about Leeds, I think Aronson is a badass for you guys.
Yeah,
That
I
would
like
be
Aronson.
my pick for you.
Aronson's
My
like a
team, it
little
would be
wizard around the
Nunez,
pitch.
But for my overall pick,
say it, Mark.
the best
Say it,
signing
Mark. Say it.
is
Say it.
Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel Jesus.
He
He's
has
changed
fit
the fucking.
seemingly. He has fit seemingly into that squad. He is scoring goals. And if
hold-up
Haaland
play.
was not in the Premiership, that you might even be looking at Jesus for Golden Boot. But Haaland's going to run away with it.
Holland's going to run away with this.
It's just
Jesus could score 25
games,
and not
he
be
has
anywhere close.
9 goals.
So that
9
makes
goals in
Haaland
5
the best
games.
signing then, surely.
But that's the obvious choice.
Yeah, but
That's the obvious choice. I don't
No.
want the obvious
I think,
choice.
no. But Mark has a point here. Haaland, you could say Haaland is the best signing. However, he scored a hat trick in a game that City scored 6. He scored a hat trick in a game that City scored 4. Like, City's gonna score.
But he scored that hat. He scored the hat
hasn't
trick
changed
against Crystal
fortunes
Palace when they were
tactic.
down by 2.
I
and
get
he
what
put
you're
that
saying. The
game
gravity. I get what you're saying. The gravity of the move. What for Arsenal? He's done a lot more than just filled a hole to score goals. I understand
Arsenal
that.
haven't beat anyone. With respect to them,
Does it? So let's not look at any of the match results or even who we played.
no, Gabriel. I'm fine with that.
Gabriel Martinelli is a better player because of Gabriel Jesus.
I think you guys.
Odegaard is a better
A
player
lot of them
because
are.
Gabriel Jesus is on the pitch.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. When
He
you know
forces
you
them
have
to
an
be
outlet,
there. You can see
when you know tossing a ball and giving a 50-50 between your little Brazilian number 9 and a 6'5" defender that Gabby is probably going to win it. That's the confidence we're getting right now. He's bodying these bigger defenders and playing them because he knows where the ball's going to be and he knows his first touch is quality. So it's giving everybody behind him the confidence to push forward to him.
That wouldn't happen if it was against Ben.
Just wouldn't
No,
happen.
Ben's
Ben would
running that
punch
ball
him in the
every time.
balls.
So for me, I think Gabriel Jesus is for me. I think that's the best individual signing fitting the club. But I got to give a close second to Nick Pope.
Oh
Nick
yeah,
Pope getting
definitely.
signed by
I
Newcastle
wanted Leeds
was
to
a
sign
nice
him.
bit of business.
There must be someone that I've not watched them a lot, but there must be someone that Fulham have signed that has made this almost nigh on
James.
certainty to go down.
Dan James.
He ain't actually played on a blade of grass from yet, but
It's
there's
Dan
someone
James.
in that
It's
team
Willian.
that is why they're
Willian.
not getting battered.
Willian. They got Willian.
Willian didn't work
they
at
might
34 for Arsenal. What makes him think he's going to work at 36 at Fulham?
They play a slower game.
Oh, God.
I knew John had a slide for Fulham, so I just thought his work should get put out there.
Who did Brighton sign?
Nobody.
Brighton just
doing
signed.
well.
Yeah,
Rainbows, probably.
John, who did Brighton sign? They did some business. Estupinian, he's going to be good.
I
Even though
heard they were buying Billy Gilmore, but did that not go through?
These are from like
No,
the end of the
Billy
line.
Gilmore ended up at. That was yeah he was
These are
supposed to
from-
have signed it. That was a done deal, was it? Billy Gilmore yesterday.
These are
Saka
all-
isn't going anywhere. You guys, shut up. Saka going to Real Madrid.
I've never
Done.
heard of any of them players.
They did get Billy Gilmore.
Colwell played for. He played for
Estupinian.
Forest or Huddersfield last year, one of the two. On
But I've seen a couple of Brighton games, and Estupinian is
Brighton
he's
look
a
good.
baller, man. He's
Brighton
impressive.
look really good. They do.
they always look
they've-
really good.
They've impressed me. No, but they've actually put the ball in the net this season.
Yeah.
Even though
Gross-
they still
Gross is
do
having
miss,
a great
they do
fucking
miss a
season
lot
so
of chances still though. But they create the chances. So yeah, I'm impressed with Graham Potter. I like him, to be honest.
Yeah, he's class.
All right, guys, let's take a peek ahead at the matches this weekend. We're kicking off with the Merseyside Derby. Who do you think Connor Cody is going to be rooting for? Because yes, he's a Scouser. He's a Liverpool fan. He grew up a Liverpool fan, not an Everton fan. So did Connor Cody just go to Everton to help them get relegated? That's what sources in the Ancient Aliens community think.
It didn't work with Rafa, so I'm not
There's
sure
a
it worked
reason
with him.
why they're ancient.
So, guys, who do we see handling their business here? It is at Everton. This is always a chippy match. Liverpool generally gets it, but
Ben,
Liverpool
Davies
don't
Witt
look-
in these matches at 10 a.m. 10 a.m., 9
10
a.m.
a.m.
What is this?
7:30 a.m. I almost
Jesus
said 7:30
Christ.
a.m.
Can't see Everton doing anything, to be honest. I don't think it'd be a walkover. 3-1 Liverpool.
No wonder they love football. It's finished by 3 at 3 p.m. They can
Yeah,
get
exactly.
on with the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No, you need a nap after 3 matches.
Yeah, talk to Ben in Arizona when he's watching those 7:30 Leeds games. He has to wake up at 4:30.
Yeah, 4:30. Well, now all Leeds matches are all starting to be pushed later and later and later. Even the Aston Villa match was originally at 11:30, and now it's at 4:30
I was amazed the other day when
for the American fan base.
your stream was a minute and a half ahead of mine, and I was watching it on the legal stream, and I was
Yeah, man. I don't know
Crazy.
why. It seems like from device to device, you get.
yeah. I was supposed to be
weird
watching it live.
delays and whatnot.
I didn't know it was on TV until about 10 minutes left. It's quite embarrassing.
I think Liverpool
he asked
is
me
gonna.
with about 10 minutes to go. Is this
As
on BT?
tough as it is to play Everton at home, I think Liverpool.
I was listening
takes
to it on the
this.
radio, like old school, like 70s.
All right, Brentford Leeds, guys.
No,
What do we
Leland.
think about Brentford Leeds? Brentford isn't they weren't doing too bad to start off the league.
We're going back to the scene of the crime from May, right? And we're going to finish them off.
What
I'll
makes
be
you
happy
think
with
that?
a draw.
You have no Dan James. You have no Junior Firpo.
Firpo, he'll be on the coach.
Fair post.
You-
We've got
you
a
have-
full.
Brentford and know he's,
We've-
Brentford
other
and know
than-
he's lurking.
Other than
Kevin
You
Stuart
have
Dallas,
no.
15-minute
No,
Patrick
I'm not
Bamford.
sticking with mine.
In all
We've-
seriousness, I would be pleased if we got out of there with a draw.
yeah, I would as well. But in
I think
other
that
than
is-
Stuart
I
Dallas,
think that's
we've
a
got
good
a fully fit
expectation.
squad. A fully fit squad, apart from Stuart
Yeah,
Dallas.
Firpo's back in theory. I don't know whether he's going to be back.
And
on the pitch.
Rodrigo. What
Yeah,
about
well,
fucking
obviously,
Rodrigo?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Obviously.
How did he dislocate his shoulder in that challenge? It was.
It looked like such a dive. Like, oh, he hit me.
It looked like he couldn't be asked running football. He'd just give up.
Yeah.
No, it's just what happens is that he
I
got
saw
his
it pop.
arm.
Yeah,
so
I saw it pop.
That's no milestone. That's
His
outrageous.
arm is above the shoulder of Pickford, and Pickford just kind of when he pushes him out of the way.
Yeah, I saw it pop
because he's got his arm across Rodrigo's chest. He pushes him out of the way, and it just
right,
pops. He's lucky he didn't break it, and that he's only going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but listen, I've watched Lethal Weapon.
I'm showing that
1,
Rodrigo
2,
will be back
3.
in. Well, actually,
Mel Gibson
Rodrigo's
just
out for a month.
pops it back in, and he continues with the film.
Why a month? You don't need your shoulder for football.
Exactly, it's football.
Have you ever blown your shoulder? Have you ever dislocated your shoulder?
I
think we should dislocate it and then see what happens.
I shattered my right hand.
It hurts like fuck.
I shattered my right hand. I had 2 K wires hanging out of my hand, and I had a massive pot on it. I still played football.
I don't know, but
you're 8 foot 12.
Dislocated shoulder is very, very, very painful. Only because it
obviously not human.
It's one of those. It's one of those joints that is it takes impact, and so like when you move, it moves.
I saw it pop. Yeah, I get it, but yeah.
But yeah, so he's out for a month. But
you got
I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I like him. I like Sinistera. I like him.
Sinistera will good last week. Anywhere.
He was good last week.
He did two Rafinha moves in that game when he did the Megs, and then the goal was similar to Rafinha's first goal against Everton. So, and I like the way he deceived Pickford. So yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
Yeah. So, but I don't know what to expect in this match.
I'll be happy with a draw. Like
tough to play at home, but I do think that a draw would be a fair result and something that Leeds fans should be very happy with.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to start picking up points in games that we're likely to lose. Like, even if it's nicking a point here, nicking a point there.
And not losing points to the battle teams. Around us.
Last year we weren't nicking points. Apart when we were getting shock results, sure, and that got us over the line. But a lot of games last year, we weren't picking up points that we did pick up points the year before, so 2 years ago. And that was the difference between us finishing 9th and being in the fight. So get a point tomorrow, and again, it pushes you slightly further away from the teams that won't win this weekend.
The slow starters.
Start worrying. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right, Chelsea, West Ham, Chelsea at home. Chelsea at home to West Ham. Do you guys think Chelsea, West Ham continues their trying to get into good form with a who knows what the fuck is happening at Chelsea right now?
I see Chelsea win.
I think West Ham are in trouble. No, it's not. It's not that they've not got good. They've bought some good players, but my thing, I've said this for a few weeks, is they are not good at playing Thursday and then Sunday.
No,
and basically they can't play twice a week.
They're amazing.
They're amazing when they play Saturday, Sunday, like the next Sunday. But if they have to play Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, terrible.
I don't understand
Chelsea's
why though.
This one.
But West Ham, they didn't really get picked apart. They still have the same team essentially, but they've added Paquetá, they've added Maxwell Cornet. Like, how is Gerard Bowen not doing anything? How is Mikel Antonio not doing anything? Fornals.
Mikel Antonio has not really done anything since he scored at Ellen Road, in all truth about him. He had a great start to last season, stole the points from at Ellen Road, and then did fuck all since.
Right.
And I had the fantasy Premier League points total that showed it.
Yeah. I think I don't know what's going on with West Ham and with David Moyes and whatnot. We have two teams that are kind of struggling here. But what I did see was that Raheem Sterling kind of gel a little bit with Chelsea in the last match.
What do you think
so
of Aubameyang?
I think Chelsea at home. I think they.
Do you think Aubameyang starts?
No.
What do you think of that signing?
You know what I didn't know is that that he played for Tuchel in the past. I didn't know that.
At Dortmund.
At Dortmund,
yeah, I didn't know that.
They fell out. He left because he fell out with him.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then he said a bunch of shit about him when he left. Same thing with Arsenal. He comes, he's good for a little bit, and then he falls out with everybody because his work ethic isn't there. Did you see the videos that he did for Chelsea?
Yeah, I saw
They're
them.
like,
They were
so are you
terrible.
happy to be here? And he's like, well, I'm gonna play football. I love the Premier League. We'll
look
see.
good in
We'll try to
blue.
win something. I look good in blue.
He said I look
Like,
good in blue.
And you're like, he doesn't seem like he gives two fucks.
He's there for the
I
cash.
don't get
He
how-
really doesn't. He really doesn't.
I don't get how Arsenal got no
and
money
I had
out of
said
this.
the minute Chelsea signed Aubameyang, I said he will be in Tuchel's doghouse by November. He just has such a poor attitude, and I don't think that.
No, he's
Tuchel
great
is
when
gonna,
he first goes somewhere. It's great
No,
when he
he'll
plays
score
for the
goals in his
contract.
first couple of games.
Sure.
And then nothing.
When he's playing for the contract, sensational.
How soon does he show up late for team meetings?
Yesterday. Yesterday.
He showed up late?
No, I'm sure he did. I'm sure
Probably,
he,
yeah.
He could give two fucks.
know-
That being said, he did get his house broken into and a busted jaw. That's all fucked up, and I don't wish that on anybody.
No.
I
Of
don't.
course.
No,
So,
he
like,
got, like
Just
That's
so everybody
nothing to do
knows,
with football.
we're not fucking with him about that.
no.
But I do
absolutely
think
not.
he's actually still out for a few more weeks with a busted jaw.
He's got a broken jaw.
I don't get how Arsenal got
Not
no money
broken,
out of the deal. You paid him
'cause
to
we're
fuck off,
fucking
and then
Arsenal.
Barcelona.
Yeah,
and you
he
paid
has
him
a
to
broken
piss
jaw.
off,
Fucking
and then
Arsenal.
Barcelona are getting 10 million for a player that they had for less than a year.
It's fucking Arsenal
It's
right now. You
absurd.
know how other teams get a shit ton of money
I
just
can't
because
remember. I
they
can't
are who
remember
they
what
are?
player and what club.
Barcelona
We're
pay
the
us
opposite.
today.
We're the opposite.
I can't remember which club and which player, but some clubs let a player go for free. But if he gets sold to another club from that club, then they get the money. That's a good deal, do you know? But Arsenal should have done the same thing.
I'm not saying Arsenal should get like 9 out of the 10 million, but I mean something to say like, well, you paid him to join us, so
You know what we
you
got?
should be
You know what we
entitled
got?
to.
We got
More
10
importantly than
million,
anything.
10 million
There's
pounds
no
worth of a
ethics in
better
football.
locker room.
No.
We
Did
got
Barcelona
10 million
pay
pounds
us?
of a better
Does
locker
anyone
room.
know? They owe
Well,
us money.
That was the
No,
best
I
move
know they didn't
Arsenal.
fucking
That's
pay
the
you.
best
Of course
move
they didn't.
Arsenal have done in a long time was get him out of the dressing room. And Özil had to go as well. He was a bad egg.
And you know what? That's something that really had me getting some respect for Arteta. The way he dealt with Aubameyang, and I loved Aubameyang. I loved him at Dortmund, but seeing the way he was acting, it was the same way he was in his final days at Dortmund, where he stopped giving a shit, and then when he finally signed for Arsenal, he said a bunch of shit on Twitter. Bad-mouthing that club.
He is the player
Yeah, but-
equivalent of Mourinho.
Yeah, but that should tell you his character from the start. Like, if a player joined Leeds and then started talking shit about his other club, his previous club, I wouldn't be sitting there thinking, well, I would partly be sitting there thinking, oh, this is great banter, that's quite funny. But I'd also be sitting there thinking, that's going to be us in 18 months. He's going to be saying that about us.
It's clearly a tactic to get a new contract, new money. It's clearly a business tactic. Him and his agent.
I still don't get why you rewarded him for scoring the goals that won you the FA Cup with an even bigger contract when you already financially compensated him for scoring the goals that won you the FA Cup because it was his fucking job to do it.
Yeah.
And he probably had a
I
bonus.
think-
Anyway.
I mean, it was a combination of that. That was a dark period for Arsenal as well, where like he was one of the only shining lights we had. And
Arsenal had 10 years of bad contract dealing and like
And we're
Aaron
still dealing
Ramsey.
with them.
Yeah.
we're still fucking dealing with them.
Say what you will about Ozil, though, he did defend Gunnosaurus. So let's
Yeah,
keep perspective here, people. He wasn't a complete monster, all right?
Yeah, but
defended.
he wouldn't take a wage cut for all the tea ladies and all that in the club. So fuck him.
What's next on it? Is the Newcastle and Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Next.
I was actually excited to watch this game, and then just to see Newcastle just with their injuries and who's going to be out, and it's like there's no Maximin, no Guimaraes,
Guimaraes.
No Callum Wilson. And
they're going to be without all the players.
I don't really understand this designation, but what does it mean when you have a dead leg?
It means that your muscle's been hit, and
it's a Charlie horse.
Yeah,
you had a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're limping.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't play. Somebody gave me a Charlie horse. Man,
I guess Isaac has got a dead leg, so he's got
Charlie.
a Charlie horse.
He'll Charlie
play,
horse.
I'm sure.
I appreciate your awesomeness, John.
It's worse than a Charlie horse. Your leg just
why do you guys call it a Charlie horse? Where's that come from?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
The Charlie horse is when you get punched in like the
when somebody punches you in the thigh, and your thigh just like
do you know when someone punches you in the arm and it goes dead? Well, it's like it's like a severe case.
That's
of
like an arm Charlie horse, but a Charlie horse is more. I just fucking did it to myself.
I had one at school. It's horrible.
Okay, so
got the answer.
Apparently, the origins of Charlie horses in the 1890s, an old horse named Charlie was used in the old White Sox ballpark to pull a roller across the infield. He was old and his muscles would get so stiff he could hardly walk. Players and spectators who caught a cramp thought of the old horse and started calling the condition a Charlie horse. The more you know.
The more you know.
Well done.
Yes, Villamartin, I completely agree with you. Isak was a fantastic signing in my mind.
How did Leeds not get on board
my
with
mind
that?
was blown when Newcastle signed him. I was just like, I know they got deep pockets, but damn.
They were complaining that no one was accepting their low offers for players. Amazing. Eddie Howe was like, we made lots of bids, and it's like everyone thinks we're made of money. You are made of money. That is literally the one thing you are not short on is money.
Yeah, no doubt. I call them Newcastle for a reason. Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. I'm not interested in that match at all.
No,
I do like me a little Nico Williams, but I'm not watching that match.
Because I bet last season I bet Bournemouth battered Nottingham Forest twice probably.
Yeah. And
it's obviously going to be very different this time round.
It's also Rob Colton's birthday. Happy birthday, Rob.
Well,
that's another Rob. Rob G and Rob C. Okay, I think
Rob
this
Collins,
one goes 2-0 Nottingham Forest.
I think Bournemouth might get a draw.
No. I'm going to call it 3-0 because they lost to City 6-0 and Bournemouth lost to City 9-0. Liverpool 9-0. So I'm going to call that 3-0. Yeah, 3-0 Nottingham Forest.
Difference.
And somehow Brennan Johnson still finds a way to run across town or run all the way to London and tackle Richarlison in the 92nd minute for being a twat.
Don't you find it fascinating though that Bournemouth have lost 4-0, 6-0, and 9-0?
Yeah.
Oh no, 3-0, 4-0, and 9-0.
And they're not bottom of the table.
They're 4 teams are below them.
Yeah.
Everton,
it is what it will not last much longer. It will not. I think Bournemouth is a terrible team.
Obviously, but I still find it fascinating that they've taken such slackings, but because they actually beat someone, they're 75% in the table.
Yeah,
fascinating.
All right, Spurs Fulham. This is my upset of the week. Spurs will get found out the way they should have been found out, even worse, with their 1-1 draw against some fucking team. Who did they play last week? West Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham should have beat them in the end there.
I disagree with you.
Thank you, John.
I'm
I
2-1.
disagree
I'm
with you.
2-1
I think
Spurs.
Spurs play the most boring fucking football
Spurs
in
got
the world.
screwed on that handball call, and I don't care if you love him or hate him, but that was a handball in the box. It should have been a penalty.
It was,
and
yes,
they looked at it for like
Spurs got
10
screwed on a
minutes,
call. Good.
You know.
Good.
I'm going
good.
to
They should
2-1
have.
Spurs. I think.
What about
where you're just
McTominay in the box?
That it was.
What about McTominay
very-
fucking handballing like this?
I,
They're like, oh, he handballed it twice.
Still-
They counteract each other.
They're still playing McTominay. What?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Scott.
But no,
I'm gonna-
I think, listen, Fulham are a better side, and Tottenham are going to sit back and try to maintain possession, and Mitrovic loves that shit, and he will look for a gap, look for a mistake, and they play that possession-based, park the bus, pass it around the back for
But Harry
85
Kane's on
minutes.
fire. Harry Kane's on fire.
He is
and
not on fire.
He's playing good football for me.
He's playing good. He's playing very, very good football.
not on fire. He's playing
back,
good
he's
football.
back in
He's
form.
scoring goals.
No.
If
we
this
can't-
game
we
was
can't
at Fulham,
go too
I
harsh
would.
on him.
If this game was
2-1
at Fulham,
Fulham.
I would
2-1
call it
Spurs.
Fulham's way. I do
2-1
think this is
Fulham.
gonna. I do think this is going to be. This could possibly be the match of the week, as far as I'm concerned. This is probably the one that is most interesting to me, because Fulham is playing good football. But I do think in the end, I think Spurs are going to take this, and I think it's going to be 2-1.
I'm going 2-1
Yeah,
Spurs. I
2-1
think it'll be
Fulham.
tight.
You guys are out of your mind.
No,
Fulham
we're not. We
right
just
now.
disagree with you.
Yeah, which makes you out of your mind. Some ancient
I do
alien
respect
theorist.
that Kane won me a bit in the dark.
You and your ancient aliens. There's a reason why they're ancient,
I'm going.
Yeah, because they were here a long time ago, Mark.
and they were
Don't
getting
don't
it
be
wrong
an
then.
ageist. Don't be an ageist, all right?
I'm going to back Mark's team this week, and they're going to win 1-0.
It's the best way to lose money. Backing Mark's team.
But hey, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I gotta stop
actually
doing
think,
that on
I think
FanDuel.
this is
I
going to
agree
be.
with Ben.
I think the Wolves are going to get on the good foot on this one. They're going to get a full 3 points.
Yeah, I'm going 1-0 Wolves.
I think this
I think you'll struggle if you concede first.
Look, Wolves played terribly against Bournemouth, and I think that's going to be something that they're going to remember. Much like Bournemouth played so poorly against Liverpool, ended up getting their manager sacked. It kind of woke them up. I think that the last Wolves match is going to wake them up, and I think the goals are going to come. And I think we're going to get 3 against Southampton.
You scored 2 all season.
Dan, what is your point?
Where the fuck are you going to score 3?
If I'm saying
United
we
scored
3.
1. No.
So I still don't see your point.
Oh.
I don't see your point.
Listen, I'll give you 2. You guys will score 2 goals.
3. I think we get 3.
Southampton will score 2 as well. Southampton will score 2 as well. This is
No, our defense
draw.
is 2. Dude, we have what do we have? We don't give up 2.
Yeah, but as soon as you score, you give up a
You did to
goal.
us.
That's true.
Us, yeah.
It's true. It's true.
As soon as you've had the lead twice.
Yep.
And you've gotten 1 point out of that.
Trust me, I know all the ins and
that's all I'm
outs.
saying. When you
All I'm
finally
saying-
score a goal, you go, yay, and you lose focus, and then they fucking go
First
and
goal
get it.
wins.
First goal wins.
I think the
1-0.
team that scores first will walk away with points.
I think the team that scores the most goals will win this match.
That's a load of shit. Mark.
Well, that is the rules of association
That
football.
is
Yes,
some
thank you, Mark.
serious
Confirm
Also
that's
known
some
that.
as
serious
soccer.
John Madden.
But on the
philosophy
other
right there.
other scale of that, first goal wins. The game the other night was last goal wins.
It's the brightest thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
That
I'm
Liverpool
good
goal.
for a few things. The more I drink,
All
the
right.
smarter I get. I swear to God.
Let's move on. The more you drink,
Playing under
Aston
clock
Villa,
time,
Man
weren't they?
City. How many goals will Manchester City score on a terrible Aston Villa side?
4-0.
We just did we say that Villa gives up the points or that gives up the goals? They're giving up like what,
scared of
2?
Haaland do you think they are?
Oh, everyone is scared of him.
Well, listen,
I'm not scared of him.
let's just say maybe the Arsenal match actually gave Aston Villa some confidence because we had 20 shots, like 10 on goal, something like that, and they only gave up 2 goals, and both of those goals could have been saved by their keepers. So do you not think, even though they lost to Arsenal, do you not think they may have a little bit of hope that, their defense isn't great, but they have a good keeper? Do you think maybe they can keep this?
No, I think as soon as they go 2-0 down after 20 minutes, they'll crumble.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened with Arsenal, I believe. Had we scored another goal in the first half, it would have just steamrolled from there. They would have lost confidence.
You know,
where's it gone
Arsenal,
wrong for Villa?
Being top of the table and being undefeated and collecting all points is very, very impressive. But the team behind them has scored 6 more goals, and that's City. And I just
they have less points.
That's not my point that I'm making here. My point
you said points again. 15.
No,
points?
I said goals.
15 points.
I said goals.
No, you said my point is. My
point is this: that City
points?
has scored.
If you don't win at Old Trafford, you won't be top by the end of the weekend.
Oi? Say again.
If you do not win at Old Trafford, you will not be top by the end of the weekend because of what Mark has just said about the goal.
Yeah, no, I agree. Mark and I were actually talking about this last night with the crazy situation of Manchester United starting so terribly, yet look at them already, they're in 5th place. That shows you how early it is, how fickle this table is. And John, pop that table back up for us 1 second, because we can say all we want. Look, Arsenal, best started in forever, 5 matches, 5 wins. If we lose 3 games in a row, if we get 3 draws in a row, we could be out of the top 4, you know?
Right.
Like that it's so early. It's so fucking early. All Arsenal can do right now is go fucking badass, great. This puts us ahead. This just gives us a little bit of a head start. Because we know we're gonna be Arsenal at some point in the league in the year. We know we're gonna.
If Chelsea go above Leeds, Naji will be on the show.
Leeds are 7th, but they're closer to relegation than they are to winning the league.
Yeah.
Sure, all the things, but I talking about Arsenal's start, and Lolo had brought it up earlier, saying that that despite the influx of the transfers of Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, that gives them a little more experience and a little more leadership on the squad. And this was something that we have been talking about Arsenal wise for a while. But I think the longer this win streak goes for Arsenal, the more dangerous that win streak can be to Arsenal.
Yeah,
for instance, not for instance, but I'll just say, you learn more by losing than you do by winning. And if you guys go undefeated until the North London Derby and Tottenham and just hands it, not saying it's going to happen, but if they should hand your ass to you, that would be more damaging to that young squad, to your Saka, to your Martinelli,
or even worse, Mark, even worse if we got through Tottenham and then we lost to like fucking Everton or Brentford or somebody like that.
Wherever it is.
No, I hear what you're saying.
You learn more from your losses.
We've leared more from the Aston Villa match.
You become
super
confident.
You should be brilliant then.
What does that mean? What does that?
Hey, you're learning a lot this season. You're learning a lot.
Look, we've already covered what the Wolves' woes are, and that's the fact that we bought late, and they don't know how to play with one another. There was a play in the Bournemouth match where this back pass, heel pass by Neto to Guedes. Is that his name? Guedes? I can't pronounce it. But there was like 6 yards of space in front of Neto that he could have ran into that Guedes passed into and
5
turned
hours,
the bar
man.
over.
The
Turned the ball over.
They're not chips.
In a couple of weeks. I hope that's
just
not
waiting
the,
for
I hope
Mark
that's
to
not the
finish.
issue.
No, sorry, Ben. These are actually chips.
Are they
They're
chips?
Lays.
Oh, the oven baked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
Lays,
pass
mate,
pass
Lays.
those over here. It's
What
yogurt.
flavour
God,
are
I
them?
feel
with
like we were
herb.
actually making a point
Yogurt
about
and herb.
football for once.
Yogurt and herb flavour.
We are making great points about football. We are
Mark,
so
I will,
excited for
I will
football.
ruin all your shit.
Mark, let me respond to what you said. I think you actually said something very, very intelligent, which is, yes, the longer the win streak goes,
Fuck off, he did he.
the more dangerous it can actually be, because it starts to go from, oh my God, we're winning, we're fucking nobody can touch us, to, oh shit, is this the day we end the streak? Is this the day we lose? Is this the day? And that starts creeping into your mind. But that being said, this is a huge test against Manchester United this weekend. They are in form. We are in form. They have new players showing up. They have new players doing stuff. We may see the roundabout Anthony guy doing his spinny things, and I hope, fuck it, I hope Xhaka takes him out and let him get a red card for that. But take him out, end his season, fuck him. Oh my God, Tom, Jesus. Anytime we make a point.
Since we're on, or we're talking about Arsenal. We're talking about them playing Man United. Just a real brief fantasy football question. Odegaard's got a knock. Should I sub him out? Should I sub him out?
You have Odegaard on your team? He's not playing.
I do.
I don't
do
think
have
he's playing.
him. You don't think he's playing, so I should sub him out?
No, just make sure your first bench player is a proper replacement for him, and go ahead and start him, because there's a chance he starts. There's a chance he starts, so I would keep him.
I currently have him in my lineup.
Keep him in your lineup, and if he doesn't play, your bench will switch out.
My bench.
So change your bench guy.
Are we doing betting in the dark?
Oh, of course we are.
We'll do something.
This is the on the stoop unorthodox. Host and co-host are massively hungover.
It's never orthodox. It's always unorthodox.
It's so unorthodox.
I just speaking of fantasy football, I just want to take a peek in at the Stoop Crew Fantasy League.
Your second.
Here we go,
Lolo
right here.
Is number one.
Let's see who's.
Everyone bow down to Lolo.
I've not changed my team since the first week.
Hooray.
You're second on mine. For some reason, let me have a look. You're second.
I have a better app that always puts me first.
Right.
Ireland down here in 12th.
I dropped.
Yeah, well,
Mark was telling me all about how he had a
weeks.
good week.
I captained Haaland in his first hat trick, but they never saved it. It was they ripped me off.
They ripped you off.
I haven't picked a team for about 4 weeks.
85 points
And
there.
it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with a couple terrible performances from Saliba, Rodrigo, and my keeper. But I got a bunch of 10s and 34 there for my captain. So, yeah, there we go. I believe Odegaard will, I believe Odegaard will start. I don't think he's that hurt.
I'm going to keep him in my lineup.
What? I was told he was injured.
But that's what I'm saying.
He came off injured, but it looked like a knock from the very start, from the tackle. And he's become so critical to what we do. And Macronomical says Odegaard was in full training today, so he could play. And I believe Zinchenko plays as well. So we will see. But no Thomas Partey, no El Nene. But listen, Sambi Lakanga did a good job. I say, he did a decent job. He showed his passing ability.
That's my team.
I think everyone in my team is injured.
You'll notice
Well,
no
Tom,
Chelsea,
it's time to use
Chelsea,
your wild card.
no Chelsea, and no scum.
What's a wild card?
Wild card is where you change your
can-
entire team. You get one a year.
Mm-hmm. Or you get a free hit.
What's
where
the
you
one?
can,
What's the one where it's like you can change everything, but it's only for 1 week?
Free
free
hit.
hit?
Free hit. Mr. Tom Wilson out. That's the only one you have out, and then you Grealish and Alonso on your bench that are out.
Oh, Alonso's not even in the league.
Nope. That's exactly it. You need to get rid of him.
I know I had Zaha on my bench when he scored at Anfield.
Left by mutual consent. That's right. Yeah.
Our team looked so promising until they kicked
And you
off
kept
on
Koulibaly
the
even
first
though
day.
he had the red card last week.
I haven't looked at it for a month.
In other words,
In other
if
words,
it's not
he
Leeds,
picked his
fuck it.
team and then forgot about it.
Right.
No, I did think about it at one point in last month, but I thought, no, it'd be more fun to actually try and get the lowest score possible. So by not changing it, but also then just like being the lowest benchmark, and it can be like,
Right.
try and beat me at fantasy football. All you'll have to do is pay attention for 7 minutes, and you probably will.
Right. Have we covered the entire fixture?
No. We still have to go to
Brighton, Leicester.
we have to go to
Leicester.
Sunday's matches.
Sunday's match, Brighton Leicester.
I want your
there's a
guys'
match that
proper
will
take.
cure.
I want your
There's
proper. Okay, we'll do Brighton Leicester now. Let's do that.
All right. What I'm going to say here is
Brighton
if
will win this
there's a match,
comfortably.
if there's a match that Leicester could steal, it could be this match. And it would certainly go a long way to cure a lot of their ills. But Brighton is playing very, very well. They're at the Amex.
That's got
2-0.
draw written all over it. No,
2-0 Brighton.
And
1-0.
by the way, quick side note, guys, if anybody is not a member of our fantasy league, if you play fantasy, please click on the link. We have it right here. Join up with the fantasy league and go to onthestupidlolo.com, and you can talk shit in the fantasy discussion board there as well. So make sure, join the league.
2-0 Brighton.
Yes, join the league.
2-0 Brighton. I say that as well. Pascal Gross
think
with
it'll
a
be 1-1.
brace because I just picked him up.
I think Welbeck will
too.
score.
I've replaced Rodrigo with them.
Me too.
Okay.
Easy switch.
Now you've said that, quick question for everyone. Who are the 3 footballers that have played for both Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson?
Dude died.
Van Persie.
I am not one to ask that question.
Robin Van Persie.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Mnemonic. Um,
One of them's a fullback. I can't remember his name.
Franz Ferdinand.
One of them was mentioned about 38 seconds ago.
Welbeck.
Ironhead Hayward.
Danny Welbeck.
Ironhead Hayward.
Danny
Welbeck,
Welbeck. And is it a defender, Tom? Is it a defender?
Yeah. I will say it was the it was the Man United to Arsenal transfer.
Not
Yep.
Mkhitaryan.
Yep.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan.
Oh,
Mikel
Mkhitaryan.
Silvestri.
No.
No,
Silvestri.
but he didn't play. He did no.
I have
The
no
question
idea.
isn't who played for both Man United and Arsenal. It's who played for Wenger and Ferguson.
So it's not
These are
Mkhitaryan.
No. It's Mikel Silvestri.
Ah, Silvestri, yeah.
Mkhitaryan was signed after Ferguson left. Same with Sanchez.
All right, guys, let's go on to
Michael-
Arsenal.
Michael C. Before we move on, Michael C. has made a comment here. He says if Brighton win, Rodgers loses his job. I don't think so. I think Rodgers has a little more credit in the bank. I think
don't
he
think they
at
can afford
least
to
lasts
replace him.
until. See, yeah, exactly. But I
They
don't.
can't buy
I
a
don't think
player. They
Rodgers.
can't
I
sack
don't
the
think
manager.
Rodgers gets. I don't think he gets sacked. I think if anything, he'll probably be sacked around Christmas time, or during the World Cup break.
Moving on, I think 2-2.
Leicester Brighton or
No,
Man
I
U
think
and
2-0 Brighton and 2-2 Arsenal, Man U, Arsenal.
The only reason I
man,
think Brighton and Leicester are going to draw is because it's one of these where one team is in such great form and the other team is in such piss poor form that I think the only realistic outcome is that neither of them are going to be happy.
Yeah.
And it'll be a draw. So Brighton will be furious because it's a match they're expected to win, and Leicester need to win it, and they won. And I'll be sitting here going, I predicted a draw.
You're doing that. You're doing that for
happy.
the mwahaha factor, aren't you? Really?
I've never heard it sound so plain and pedestrian. When I do that, it's like sinister as fuck.
All right, Mark, I want your true thoughts
It
on
is
this
2
match.
a.m.,
Manchester United, Arsenal.
I do know that. My thoughts on this match. I'm glad it is not being competed with another match, because I definitely want to give this my full attention. This is 2 weeks ago. I was looking at this going, Arsenal is just gonna blow past them, but I said this like a week ago, talking about Eric Ten Hag, whatever his name is, 109876.
Oh, when you gave him manager of the week.
10 weeks.
I did, because he made some ballsy moves that needed to be done, but because of egos, some other manager might not make them. And since then, United has been, they've been winning. They've been winning. I won't say they're good because I don't really know, but they've been winning. And now that they've got that kind of monkey off their back, and they're a little higher up the table, and they're gelling. Ronnie's sitting on the bench. Maguire, who I think has been a liability for United for the last year and a half, is sitting on the bench. And while I don't think they play very complete football, I do think they're playing some decent defense, which they were not doing 2 weeks ago. That being said,
Martinez has been quite impressive.
Arsenal has all the confidence in the world. I don't think they sleep on this. But it being at Man United, I think this is going to be Arsenal's first draw.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2-2.
1-1.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, Tom.
Oh, I can't. I've already committed to predicting it elsewhere.
Okay. It's hard to go against what anybody is saying here, because it's football and anything can happen. Not to mention it's at the Theatre of Screams. It is at Old Trafford.
Theatre of Toilets.
It's Manchester. I think we won at home and they won at home. Similar scoreline. I think it was like 3-2. They beat us and we beat them 3-1 or something like that. Listen, we're both coming in decent form. I'd say we're in better form. However, we have some injuries, and they are getting new players who are doing a job. And I think Varane and Martinez together are playing some very good football. And
yes,
totally. Diogo Dalot as well, I was impressed with. But you have
Didn't they loan him out?
I mean, he played yesterday.
Okay.
Or he played.
I'm thinking
yesterday.
of somebody else.
He looked all right. You can't slouch Casemiro. As much as I said, yes, Casemiro had a good game, and Casemiro is he's brilliant. He's just on this side of the hill. He's gonna be brilliant. He's gonna be fantastic. And he adds that leadership. He calms them down. He makes Bruno better. He makes Rashford better. And then you have Ronaldo coming in off the bench. It's just fucking dangerous. That being said, I feel
Jimmy's joke was amazing.
I feel Arsenal have shown a bit more resolve and a bit more togetherness that United may get if they can string more wins along. They may come together as a team, but I feel like we've got 2 months on them right now.
Right.
And so I think it's going to be. I think Macronomical said it was a boring game. Yo, I nailed that. It was 3-2 United at Old Trafford and 3-1 to the Arsenal. Yeah. I think Macronomical said 1-0 to the Arsenal. Shit game, but Arsenal will show their resolve. Yeah, I actually think it's going to be, instead of the 1-0 to the Arsenal, 2-1 to the Arsenal is going to be something that we're going to see a lot. And it's either us going down 1 and coming back and winning 2-1, or us going up 1, them scoring, and us winning.
Are you,
John? This is the highlight of the show.
Are you watching the injuries for that squad for Arsenal? Because I'm seeing some things that are like kind of making my head like tick a little bit. They're saying that Ramsdale might have hurt his knee.
Yeah, Ramsdale was coming off a little worse for wear. And now that's another big thing. If Ramsdale's out,
the goalkeeper's injured as well.
Matt Turner is not ready for this clear replacement. No,
I'm just saying, like, maybe he is a clear replacement, but not going into Old Trafford.
No.
With a win streak on your back.
I've always liked Rhiannon as an Arsenal goalkeeper.
You might have a little worry there if Ramsdale, but I'm showing.
I thought Rannisson's performance against Man City in the Carabao Cup was a seminal performance for goalkeeping. In fact, I don't even support your team, and I remember the match like it happened yesterday. I was just so impressed with his goalkeeping.
Yeah, I think Ramsdale will be fine. But yes, that is something to pay attention to. Macronomical says Ramsdale was in full training, and he finished the match.
Okay,
so
then there you have it.
And Ramsdale's a beast. Ramsdale is a football beast. Like, he just loves the game so much. He would. I know there's a lot of doctors and everything around them and scans and the machines they go through where they can't just be like, I'm okay. But Ramsdale will do everything possible to play this match at Old Trafford. That's also why I think Odegaard plays, Zinchenko plays, because they will force themselves better for this. Longer term injuries like Partey, El Nene, not going to happen. But Sambi Lokonga, we've got, with Zinchenko back, who knows? Maybe Zinchenko slots in there. Maybe Ben White slots in there, and Tomiyasu starts. Who knows? So I think Arsenal have what it takes, and a draw wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I think we can win this.
Chicken on the show.
I think we can win this. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the football talk of the night. We went through a lot of transfer talk. We went through a lot of the matches last week and the matches coming up this week. I hope you guys have had a good time. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, all those buttons. But now it is time for the segment you know and you love, Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right, Tom, I'm going to move you to the top of the screen here, or not. There you go. No, you switched again. There you go. And just so you know, I'm going to step away, but I'm listening. I can hear you. So don't say anything bad.
Now, basically, I've gone for what you think a simple selection, but basically, Liverpool to win, Connor Cody to be booked in the game because he's in theory he's going to be under a lot of pressure and he might get a bit hot-headed given his enthusiasm for the fixture. And then obviously Mo Salah to get a goal or assist because I don't think he's really impressed himself on this new look Liverpool team. And someone's probably going to tell me that he's done really well or whatever. But he's due, obviously. So he's getting a bit outshone by the young lads. And you might be able to turn 1 into 10. Just below 10.
Fair bet.
I like the Liverpool win. I like Salah to end up on the score sheet. I don't think Connor Cody gets like 5 a season, and I don't think this is one that he gets. I think Tarkowski would be the better bet for a yellow.
But
Because
has he
of his
been yellowed
antics,
against Liverpool before?
last week, people are going to be paying closer attention to Tarkowski than they would be to Cody. That's my 2 cents.
I think they're both going to be under the cosh.
All right, Liverpool to win.
Big fiery atmosphere. Anyway, right, I've gone De Bruyne hat-trick. Not De Bruyne, Haaland hat-trick. De Bruyne goal or assist. And then Villa just need one card. Just one of them to get pissed off at being thrashed. And you can get 25.
Unfortunately, over here, we can't bet on cards. I would love to, because that would be a lot of fun.
Can that be a yellow card?
Yeah. Just one,
Well,
one card.
Just a card.
That's like a guarantee in it.
Yeah,
in football,
absolutely in this one.
I think so, yeah. But obviously, the hat trick is the thing with the hat trick, right? Is he going to historically become probably like one of the first players ever to get the 3 hat tricks in a row?
The hat trick of hat
Especially in
trick.
the Premier League. Yeah, exactly. So it would be wrong for me to not suggest it and to try and benefit from it. But also, this bet with any other footballer on earth would pay significantly more. But because it's Haaland, payout's not as high.
It's a hat trick.
Yes.
Here's the thing about that one, Tom. I don't think Haaland plays. I think Julian Alvarez gets the start, and they rest Haaland. He's notoriously injury prone, and Pep said he's going to have to bench people. He benched De Bruyne for the last game. I think for this game, De Bruyne starts, and I don't think. Hopefully he doesn't come on in the last minute, in the last 10 minutes. I mean, he could get a hat trick in 10 minutes, but. I'm doubting that Haaland starts.
You could well be right.
That
for the
bodes
reasons you
very
have listed,
poorly
but
for
still-
my fantasy team.
Yeah, don't captain him, I would say.
Don't
because he might come on for 2 minutes. He might come on for the last 10 minutes. He could get a goal.
I changed my captain to Jesus this week.
Yeah.
Oof. I think I'd go with
Against
Salah.
Man United, I don't like that.
I ain't got Salah. I've got
I
Diaz.
think I might captain. I might captain either maybe Gross or Salah.
I've got Diaz instead of Salah, but I've got De Bruyne, I think, so I might captain him.
Yo, what's up, man? Sorry, I just had a friend show up with some beer.
Ooh.
Hey, always a pleasure.
I was actually considering a red card in the game, but apparently I looked into it. If the managers get sent off for betting purposes, it doesn't count.
It
doesn't count as a card?
No.
Because they tend to be given, the majority of cards that I've seen awarded to managers tend to happen once the final whistle is blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they go gobbing at the ref.
If a player gets sent off after the whistle, I think it does count. Could be wrong.
This I'm drinking now.
Blue Pow.
Imperial
I couldn't
Sunshine,
not suggest this for Haaland, though, given the historical significance.
Good. The Imperial Sunshine's good.
I just know Klopp. Pep already came out and said, "Listen, with these games like this coming thick and fast, Champions League starting, people are going to have to be rested." And Julian Alvarez came on and looked great.
League yet. Haaland, he only needs Haaland from the quarterfinal onwards. That's when
he doesn't need Haaland for Aston Villa. That's it. But that being said, I might take this bet, and if Erling Haaland doesn't play, it negates that anyway.
They are against a former European Cup winner.
Well, if you captain Haaland and he doesn't play, then it goes to your vice captain anyway.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. If he doesn't play, but if he comes on for 10 minutes. All right, let's hear it, Tom.
Scores a hat trick.
Right.
I'll be.
Now, before you
pissed.
Now, before you think this is madness, right? Jesus, if this scoreline actually occurred, there is no way that man is not going to have a goal or an assist within the 3 goals, right? Likewise, if Ronnie is not on the pitch and Man United get a penalty, it drops down to Bruno.
Yeah, as it should.
And it's a historically penalty-ridden game.
Yeah,
that's also very true.
But obviously, the risk is obviously the 3-2. But
I like that
It's got
bet.
a
That's a
good
good
return.
bet.
if it happens,
Yeah, I like that one. That's my favourite one.
To be fair,
Because
I'd
Scum get
initially
beat.
gone with Odegaard, but then Gary casually mentioned to me that Odegaard was injured, so I scrambled to get John to change it. It would have paid about £68, something like that. John, who graciously agreed to change the slide for me, to be fair to him.
You, what did you say? You scrambled? You sent me a text.
Yeah, but I was literally working at the time, so I was like, no,
Okay.
I'm gonna stop doing the thing I'm actually paid to do because this is more important.
What? I don't know. What does that mean?
Allegedly.
Paid to do what? Me? Paid to do this? What does that mean?
No,
He was getting paid to text you.
I'm paid at work, and then I was like, no, actually, I'm not going to do the thing that I'm being paid to do. I'm going to be like, John, I heard that Odegaard is injured. We need to change the maths on this thing immediately.
No,
And
I'm
John
just
was like,
I'm trying to
"Sure,
get over
buddy."
the fact that you actually do get paid.
I know.
No, I mean
He's got to appear normal in society.
I'm struggling to explain it myself, John, if I'm being honest.
I'm just saying that Lolo's a cheap bastard, and we don't get shit for this.
cheap
Oh,
bastard.
I thought you were saying it was amazing that I was allowed to act
I think it's down to the people that are Stoop crew members.
Yeah, I think so too. Let me put this one up for a second.
If more of you subscribed
And liked and shared.
I might get 15p an hour. Do you know there are people out there that make night hats that get paid more than I do to be on this and provide you with all this? Is that too controversial?
I would actually pay to be on this, so there you go.
There you go. And you have,
There you go.
actually.
And you have. Yeah.
You know. So,
I achieved a lifelong dream being on this show.
Few people that are watching out there, if you want to help fund our trip to England and our trip to Ellen Road and all the things, you can just, click a little love to us, because it's our wives are not going to know how much this is.
Yeah, or meet up with us in London, or meet with us.
Absolutely, we want to meet
Leeds,
each and every one of you.
And how
this happens, I just
Are we going to do a show off Bremner's statue on the steps?
Absolutely,
do several shows.
We're going to do several.
In fact, we're just going to film the entire 6 days that we're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be a marathon, nice. I think the ghost of Jerry Lewis is going to be on.
So that being said, there may be a chance that we don't do happy hour that week, but we do a ton of other content, unless other people want to take charge and run happy hour for us, and Mark and I call in whenever we can from the streets of London.
Absolutely, and that would be the ideal situation. But we're going to be providing so much content while we're over there. I feel that happy.
Have you got enough sleeping bags for the floor, Tom?
No, but all things aside, Mr. Tom,
he's going to kidnap Gary and put him in the cage.
You could scout for us and where might be a place that we could, whether it be a hotel or a Airbnb or anything like that. That would be amazing. If you could,
you do know that,
in the right direction. Because I have no fucking idea. I'm looking at numbers and I see things and I'm like, I have no idea if I want to. You
do know Tom's going to kidnap Gary so he can host the trip.
That's fine too. That's fine too. Mo Master, you need to move over. Just grab your chains and just kind of move over into the corner.
You're going to have a companion, Mo Master.
Gary's at a wedding.
Yeah.
Someone got
his.
married at the same time that we're doing the.
Yeah,
Don't
how
know
rude.
who
Yeah,
we
it's
are.
weird.
How rude. Okay, guys.
Ben's here for the first time in weeks, and
Yeah, I do apologise for my slackness.
no, don't.
I have.
You
I've
ain't
been.
got to apologise for shit.
No, I have. I'll tell you why. A couple of it's been work, but I've also got a new lady friend in my life, so she's taking up a little bit of my time.
Can we crash with her when we're in Leeds?
Do you know what it is? You probably can. I'll probably. I might be able to sort something out for you, mate. I'll just leave it with me. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Our biggest concern right now is when
There's
our
3 of
time
you
in
in there. That's
London.
it. Yeah, 3 of you. So yeah,
Well,
let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
Our biggest concern is getting shit-faced and getting into a fight.
I do tell. She works for a hotel.
You do realize that's not that hard for me.
She works for a
actually
hotel,
gonna be
Lolo,
scared.
and she gets 25% off. So I'll
What's
see
that
what
in American percent?
25%. No, obviously she'd book it for you. I'll see what prices are. I'll let you know. But
awesome. That would be great.
Yeah. So leave it with me.
Oh, that would be fantastic. You guys have some very spectacular kits, and I know that you guys don't rank them, but I really think the black kit for Leeds is pretty dope. Oh, I think it's beautiful.
Do you know what it is? It's just so like the training kit. I thought we was in the training kit.
That's what you said, Ben. And I'd always thought that pink had no business on the pitch, and I hated those pastel pink Arsenal kits. But good Lord, those Everton kits were awful.
Do you know what I find though that turns you around on a kit is when you start winning in it and you start associating it with moments.
I only like the white one.
I wasn't keen on this, and then we won at Everton, and then we won at Man City. And it's
you haven't washed it since.
It's kind of true, actually.
Yeah, I've gone off the cheese kit as well. I'm only liking the white one. The white one's nice.
I love the cheese one,
but I hate buying the white one because I always get it dirty. It's like
That's why I try not to wear it, because you can get away with the spillage more. In the away kits.
What you need to do, you need to buy your white Leeds kit, go out on a rainy day and dive on the pitch, get it dirty, and then just never wash it. And so it's not like a little stain; it's like a football stain. Like you got dirt and mud in your grass, and then you're like, "What? This was actually worn by Stuart Dallas. Fuck off." I don't know. It's a double XL.
That was something that my uncle always did. He would. Do the trade-in on his truck like every 3 years, and the first thing he would do was he'd park it in the driveway, open it he'd open the garage door, head to his toolkit, and grab a ping hammer, and he would just like walk up to his truck and smack it and give it a dent. He's like, now I don't have to worry about it.
Can I just ask a question? Are we doing trivia or are we?
Well, I was going to ask you guys that. We've got like 7 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, save it for next week.
We could just save it for next week, and I'll just switch out some of the more pertinent.
Can I have a toilet?
I think that we would have to switch out
Can I have a toilet break? Because I've been wanting to piss for about an hour.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Right, I'll be back in 2, guys. I'll just stop my camera.
All right. Rob G just got back on from blowing out his birthday candles. But so let's finish off with a little bit more football talk. What do you guys have on your mind? What burning questions do you have?
What burning questions do I have? Does Newcastle have any more money? And how the hell did Nottingham Forest buy everybody?
They're a big club.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Don't underestimate. They are a big football club.
Actually, guys, we got a question earlier, and thank goodness, I think John started or I started.
Yeah, for sure.
But we have this question from Kevin Foster. Has any of the Stoop crew changed their mind on the 3 teams to be relegated? I originally said Bournemouth, Everton, and Southampton, and I am sticking with it as of now. Wolves would be a shout, but I feel like Wolves are on the up and up.
Yeah, I said something very similar, and although I think our order was different, I'm still sticking with those same clubs. I just don't see a change happening, and if Southampton had sold Shea Adams, it would have just been even further solidified my choices.
Tom, who were your choices to be relegated?
Off the top of my head, I think I said it would be 18th Fulham, 19th Brentford, 20th Bournemouth. And the reason I'm still mildly confident in that is 2-3 years ago, Norwich beat Man City roughly at this point in the season. And they were still Norwich. So
right.
But I think Fulham is in a better place than that. We were talking about Fulham.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I get that. Yeah, but with respect, I was talking about Fulham. But the drop off in the Premier League is really big. Like in the context that when it goes wrong, it goes really wrong. And although they're doing well now, if they then go sort of a 3-game losing streak, that can easily turn into 10 games without a win. And
even though they're playing well, but they're like if they have these Arsenal matches where they felt like they played okay and they had a chance.
I said it on Gary's show last week. The worst. Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I got them reversed. All right, fair enough. But I probably got the order a bit. Yeah. No, I was saying last week, I think the worst thing that happened for Fulham in that game was that they scored. Because Fulham were quite content. Like, they would have been well worth getting a 0-0 draw at the point that they scored. And then it was like punching a dragon in the face and then getting burnt to shit, basically. Because it was like they slapped you and woke you up by scoring. So,
yeah, I mean, I think Everton has a better chance. I think Southampton are just too up and down. Yeah, they got to win over Chelsea, but that said more about Chelsea, I think, than it said anything about Southampton.
I think the squad. I didn't pick them, and Lolo, you didn't pick them either. But I think that the squad that might not face is Fulham.
When was these done?
No, I don't think Fulham goes down. I didn't have Fulham.
I know, and I'm saying, but a lot of people had Fulham, and I think they're proving to be, they're proving to be a very very interesting team. I mean, they.
I think Brentford
in my
will
mind,
be fine
they
as
have
well.
become. They've
I think
become
you weren't
last
on that
year's
week, Ben, but you have
Brentford
submitted
the
it.
year before Leeds. So
I changed my mind on Brentford now. Yeah, definitely.
No. I still think Brentford are due a fault. Brentford, although they had a dip in form last year, they were able to arrest that by getting in a player that was significantly above what a team of that standing would usually be able to acquire.
Right.
Ericsson?
Yeah. But for me, it was less about Ericsson and more about the fact that Rhea missed like 2/3 of the season. He's a quality keeper.
I love Raya because when he needlessly fouled Rafinha and then gave us the penalty that we scored from, amazing. Thank you for that. He was needless. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. I'm glad he did it because it helped us survive. But if Melee had done that, we'd have been furious.
Yeah.
Melee can do what he wants, really, though. And Furpo.
And BX Gunner, I agree with you there. Mitrovic is definitely doing that. But
I like keepers that give us presents. Mendy give us a present.
He did.
Oh God. Yeah, no, he gave you a present. He actually opened it for you. He was just like, "Here, look at what I got you."
He's
not having the start of his season.
He gave him a no-look present.
Yeah, but don't forget it was an own goal.
What?
That's what Tuchel said. He's still saying it was an own goal.
He can watch Lolo's Tuchel took the bus.
I want to see what that bus was like. Because Tuchel made it sound like it was proper poverty.
It was a short bus.
Not that he should see it. He did see it.
It's an old London bus, the old one.
I have no idea, but the special needs children, when they go to school, they take the short bus.
It's a bendy bus.
Is that what it's called?
But guys, all this talk about Fulham, let's take a peek at Mitrovic for a second. He scored 5 goals in 5 matches. That would be super impressive if Haaland didn't have 9. But 5 goals in 5 matches. He scored 43 or something like that in the championship last season. Where do you think he ends the season on goals? And they could still fucking get relegated, but I think they scored
6.
No, Mitchell. I think between 12, 15.
See, I would take the higher scale. I was thinking 15. I think
I think this year 30 goals wins the Golden Boot.
To be fair to him, it's similar to Bamford. Like Bamford's the penalty taker. So in that first season, Bamford was able to rack a bit of momentum because whenever Leeds got a penalty, Bamford would slot it. Because we don't miss penalties. When have we missed one?
Championship we missed a few. That was last time we missed them.
Yeah, I was gonna think that too.
We've not missed one in the Premier League for about 20 years.
Yeah, but let's also just like look at that a little bit deeper. How many penalties have been awarded to Leeds in the last two in the first season? 2 seasons and 5.
We got a few in the first season. Rafinha had a couple last season.
Have you gotten more than 10?
In the 2 we've been in the Premier League, yeah, definitely. Rafinha had a few last season. Bamford a few the season before.
I'd say
maybe 10.
I definitely want to say last season because, like, you guys got not only did you get
my point is Mitch is a penalty taker, so he's going to rack them up.
You also got a fair share of penalties in like in stoppage time. I mean, you guys were the cardiac kids last year. It's like how many goals did you guys score in the last in
the
Energizer
Bunny, aren't we? We just kept going and going. The game's 90 minutes, not 85.
No. I understand that part. I understand, but a lot of your wins last season came in stoppage time.
Yeah, it did. I think 8 or 9 of them. 8 or 9 of them did.
And it was just like, in fact, I had joked in my kind of. In my post, the end of the season kind of wrap up of what I had to say about every single team. The one thing I said about Leeds was, too bad every match doesn't start at the 90th minute, because that's where you guys crushed it.
All right, Macronomical has a question for us. What's the biggest surprise so far in the EPL?
Possibly Chelsea's fall from grace.
Fulham
Not Chelsea and Liverpool,
for me.
Because Liverpool has been more shocking.
No, but Liverpool was more obvious in the sense that they lost their playmaker in the middle of the pitch, and it was like as soon as they replace him with someone of similar quality, they're just gonna shoot back up the table.
I think
Chelsea, it's a bit more deep rooted. Like
I also think West Ham's a bit of a shock.
Actually, I think Leicester is a bigger shock. As far as if we're gonna take who's being successful, Fulham, that's a shock.
About Leicester
I didn't think they would be that good, but I just don't see them only getting 1 point in the first 5 matches.
Like Leicester historically shit. Like historically, they're a small club.
But they don't have historical players right now. They have good. They have good players.
No, I get that. But I just mean, I can understand that you guys, as newer football fans, are you're used to Leicester at that edge. Whereas to me,
but if we look historically, Man City are shit too.
Yeah, correct.
No, but
historically, Chelsea are shit.
But we know they're going to be there because of money. Yeah, but that's a money thing, isn't it? Leicester got there through.
I know. I'm just
getting points.
Yeah. I also agree with Pink Cushion here saying that there's just not enough matches yet for surprises. But we are
Maybe
we
Holland
are 5
being
games. We are 5 games in.
maybe Holland showing that he wasn't going to take 10
Blackburn
weeks
won a
to
small
get.
club in 1995.
I
spent
didn't think
shitloads of
Holland
money.
would click fast enough.
I think
wow,
10
I was wrong.
10 games in, we'll sort of start getting a picture.
Yeah, that's where even for Arsenal right now, winning our first 5 is fantastic. But we won 5 in a row last season.
Yeah, you need to have played a couple of big games.
We just did it right now. We need to see what it's like to actually get embarrassed again. See how we recover.
10 spots in 2 weeks at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can drop quick as well. Maybe not 10 spots, but we can drop quick. 6 points is more than a third of what we have. So dropping those is huge. But that being said, I don't think we're going to drop 6 points.
Jimmy was.
Yeah, they spent big.
For the early 90s, 9 million's a massive transfer value.
Blackburn bought that title. They bought it.
They did.
Simple as. They
I'm
bought
glad
in. They bought in every
Man
position.
United didn't have it, but because like he said 9 million, but their entire team was like they bought David Batty for 4 million, or they bought so and so for 3 million.
Sherwood they bought from
5 million. Yeah,
they bought Henningberg, Tim Flowers.
Like those are nothing numbers.
Tim Flowers from Southampton. They bought the full team.
It was a good team, though.
It was a good team, yeah.
Yeah.
And they got Kenny Dalglish to manage it.
We keep going further and further and back into history, and you're losing Mark and I.
No, but it's interesting for you guys because you're learning something.
It is. It all is.
Yeah, I've learned a lot in the last 3 years. Let me tell you.
I'm watching highlights of the Rangers.
Good lad. Good lad. When do we kick off?
From
all
1987.
I'm saying is
about October.
Yeah. Preseason starts in like 3 weeks.
He has the Rangers captain behind him.
I know through playing NHL '98.
That's how long he's been watching Rangers.
Calendar is.
Back when
Abraham Lincoln was the captain of the New York Rangers.
John, they didn't have ice back then. They didn't have.
Have you got any match day programs, John?
For the Rangers?
Yeah.
I used to. I think I chucked them all out.
You have to send me. You have to send me a little memorabilia with the guys.
It's in the works. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Jesus, how much stuff am I bringing?
I just want to announce Bremner here. Yeah, sure. I totally
the best
would.
movie to learn about hockey.
I do not care. I will watch anything.
I'll pay for your suitcase, Lolo.
This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. Sorry we didn't get to trivia, but it was good football talk, and I appreciate it. If you guys would like to continue talking with us, I'm sure we'll be talking some shit for another 20, 30 minutes or so backstage in the behind-the-scenes room. So here is the link. I'm sending it out now. If you want to... Oh, John sent it out at the exact same time, I think.
There's a lot of links
we're
there.
Fucking badass. So click any one of those links, but not the one wrong link that will send
Normally when you see loads of links come up, it's then something like...
Bad news.
It's usually... certain websites and certain dating requests.
But if you guys want to join us and hang out backstage, go ahead and click that link and get your camera working and your put some headphones in, and you can talk to us and chill with us for a little bit, and we can have a good time before we go to bed for the matches that start in like 10 hours.
Wow.
So yeah. Anybody, Mo Master, I'm sure we'll see you backstage. Jimmy is always backstage. We will see you. Anybody else? Pincushion, we'd love to see you. Come on backstage. Macronomical, likewise. If you want to come back and talk, let's do that. Otherwise,
you out there,
from me, from Brooklyn, this has been a shit ton of fun. Tom, love seeing you back. Ben, love seeing you back. Mark,
thank you, man.
Same old. I feel
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Just saw you. Good night. Thank you, John. Peace.